first time wearing alternative hair at a wedding and as a bridesmaid. This video I thought I would do a tutorial, an in-depth tutorial of how I did this style. So I have an in-depth video on my Instagram page on how I curl my hair. So this is just a very quick time lapse. So I had my curling iron that is from Kmart, less than $20 on the highest heat, and I'm curling all in the same direction. I pre-wash my piece and I also brushed it out, curling all in the same direction because I want those Hollywood type of waves that are all going to sit within each other. I curl it all the same way, including the very last curl, which is usually a big no-no. Everyone always says curl away from the face, but because I wanted it to be a side hairstyle, I put it all the same way and it actually worked out well. It didn't fall in my face or anything. So before I curled this piece, I blow dried it. As you can see, there is some hair at the front there. That hair section is for the front of the face. So I didn't want it to fall in my face. So I'm styling it kind of on an angle so it's all the way back. I let it sit for a few hours, I think, and then I'm brushing it out with a wide tooth comb. This little section got stuck, but then it was okay. As you can see, the curls all sit within each other. Just fixing up the ends. In hindsight, this wig, I could have dried it a little bit better. It was a little bit damp, so those first curls there, that first section, it didn't curl as tightly as the others, but it was okay. So I'm only new to braiding. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I definitely have improved. So I'm not the best person to give instructions on how to braid, but this is what I did. So I first started with the 3 strands. And so each time you're about to put the left or the right strand of hair underneath, grab a bit of hair to add to it. That's probably the best explanation. So again, I'm just adding a section of hair, just a little bit. There's no real rule to this. And then on the right side, I add some hair to that before the strand goes underneath. So you do that each time. Add hair and then move it underneath. So to begin with, I was only pulling the hair on the left side, not the right side of the braid. And I found that it didn't give the structure to the braid on the right hand side, and it was like a little bit floppy. It wasn't holding flush to the head. So that was a learning curve for me. So it's best to do this braid tightly initially, and then you can fan it out and make it looser later on. So I wanted this as close to the nape as possible, but then on the right hand side, as I'm grabbing the hair, I needed that to hold structurally as well. So this is a bit of trial and error. You need to put it on and see where it's sitting on the head. It is a little bit difficult doing it on the stand off your head, but I find it so much easier and you don't get the sore arms. So as I'm braiding, as you can see, the curls are kind of getting a little bit mixed up with the hair. So you do need to make sure it's not going to be all tangled as you go along, which can be a little bit tricky. My little cat has just joined me because she always needs to know what I'm doing. So I'm holding this wig in place with just 2 of those silver T-pins, just where the ear tabs go. So now I've gotten to the base of the head where I'm happy with it, and I'm just going to get a clear elastic to tie it in place. So as you can see, the braid is still to the left, and what we want to do is get it so it's tucked in underneath the hair so you can't see this little tie. So right now I'm just securing it so I can get the rest of this hair out of the way for me to secure it to the right hand side so it's nice and hidden. So just get a claw clip or a sectioning clip. So pull out some hair, it's like the anchor hair on the right hand side that you're going to tie it with, and get the rest of the hair out of the way. So now I'm going to undo this little hair, the clear tie that I use. I just bought these from a $2 store. They come out really easily. You don't need to burn it off like a lot of other people do, and they don't break the hair or they don't pull out any of the hair, so it's no problem. Okay, so there's that little anchor piece of hair that's going to pull it all the way across. And now I'm just going to get the hair tie and tie it all together. So then when you release the hair, it's hidden underneath and it's pulled all the way across. Okay, so now I'm going to try it on to see how it all fits and where it's all sitting. So I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty happy with how the braid's looking. There's no wig grip showing. And see that natural lift at the front there. So just in case it does poke through, I decided to get a piece of hair to wrap around that clear elastic. Now this is a little bit tricky, but basically you want to get the end of the hair that you're wrapping around the elastic and poke it through a bobby pin, and then you want to poke the bobby pin through the middle of the elastic so it goes through to the ponytail. The bobby pin kept getting caught on the ponytail itself, but just take your time and eventually it's all wrapped around. It's nice and secure. So this is the final look. It's ready for me to travel with. So it's so great to be able to do this ahead of time. So this is how I packed it for me to travel on the plane interstate. So I carefully put all the curls within the cap, folded the cap in half, and then put it in the bag. So this hairstyle was done days before the actual wedding itself, making sure all the hairs are all tucked in. Nice satin drawstring bag. So this is the day of the wedding. So putting my hair up in just a little bun type of thing so it's out of the way. Then I have my wig grip. So see how far across I have that lace, because that's where the part is, because it's quite a dramatic left part. So making sure I get all the baby hairs out, and the hair lasted very, very well within the bag for me packaging it, so it was no problem. So it looks exactly the same as when I first put it in the bag. So very happy that I could do it ahead of time and not have to worry about it on the day. So this is the look. It's stayed. Here's the back. And this is me finally ready in my dress. Final look, hair and makeup with the dress on. Loved it.